Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Eric Garcia as the Barca defender have hold talks with Xavi Hernandez after worrying about a sale. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Estanis Pedrola, as it has been reported that two La Liga clubs are pushing hard to sign the 19-year-old Barca winger. We are also going to be looking at that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Earlier this month, reports suggested strong interest from European giants Olympique Marseille in two of Barcelona's out-of-favor centre-backs. Clement Lenglet and Eric Garcia were the two defenders in question, and their sale made sense from Barcelona's point of view, considering the gross surplus in resources at centre-back. According to an update from Mundo Deportivo, Garcia talked to Xavi Hernandez after hearing rumors of his departure being on the club's agenda. The Spaniard was worried about the development as he wishes to stay in Catalonia next season. The manager, however, reassured Garcia that he would stay for the club for the next season unless an irresistible offer comes in. Heading into the new campaign, the La Masia graduate finds himself to be the fifth choice centre-back in the manager's plans. Ronald Araujo, Jules Koundé, Andreas Christensen, and Inigo Martinez all stake a higher claim for a starting spot. Keeping in mind the fierce competition in central defense, Xavi tried to use the youngster as a pivot towards the end of the last campaign. However, his experiments did not bear much fruit. The defensive midfield too thus remain a difficult area for Garcia to venture into. Xavi's decision to stick with the Spanish international hence comes as a surprising development. Barcelona are currently in desperate need for player sales from the first team, and Garcia would have generated a decent fee. The 22-year-old played 45 minutes in Barca's recent pre-season friendly against Arsenal, completing 93 of his passes, 4 long balls, and recording 4 defensive actions in the process. His style of play is arguably the quality of Xavi values a lot, and it remains to be seen if he makes use for the manager's faith in the upcoming season. I still don't get it. I don't think players like Eric Garcia should remain at Barca, with all due respect. We know we are in a situation where we need to cash in on certain players. If Barca are selling some players, it is for something, it's for a reason. If not for the economic reason, but for sporting reasons. But for Garcia's case, why shouldn't Barca capitalize on selling him? We know that last season he had little, in fact, Xavi did not make use of him because we already had our Christensen, Koundé, Araujo doing the work. And of course, majority of last season we saw Eric Garcia being on the bench, warming the bench. And only for this report saying that the manager has spoken to the player saying that he will stay next season. Like, how on earth? Because he's Spanish? I don't know. Because honestly, than to sell players like Garcia, better you sell Eric Garcia. Because all these things, you start thinking like some people who have a lot of critics in their mind will be like, because he's a Spanish player or whatever, why would they sell players that, many teams will better have in their squad like Garcia, and you are keeping Eric Garcia? Like, how on earth? Where are we heading to? Even players like Ferran Torres. Why is Xavi not pushing so hard like how he's pushing for Garcia to leave? I think to an extent it's still unfair. It's unfair. But anyway, the season is not over. If an offer comes, Barca will sell. But honestly, I think Barca has not put that effort. Because I don't think Eric Garcia should stay. He himself needs to know that now that we have even added players like Inigo Martinez, Eric Garcia needs to know more than anybody that if he is staying here for next season, it is at his own expense because there is no guarantee that he will be playing games. He have gone further down the pecking order, which is not good for his own playing career. He needs to know that. He needs to know that. So let's see how it goes for the player. Let's see how it goes because honestly, I was not expecting such that Eric Garcia will still be given an assurance by none other than Javi that he will stay next season. Like it's a very surprising development, as I said earlier. Really surprising because Eric Garcia is not the level of player to play for a club like Barca. We are a club that we need to aspire for more. We need to aspire for the big players out there. We know that we have not even able to get those top dogs because of financial reasons. But keeping Garcia to this point and you are still assuring him, what does that mean? It makes no sense, honestly. It makes no sense. I definitely think that Barca needs to do better. The sales have not really taken place the way we thought it will take place because there are still a lot of even to look for suitors for some of these players, it has been proven so difficult. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Estanis Pedrola will be on his way out of FC Barcelona this summer, either on loan or a permanent exit with a buyback option included. The 19-year-old's fate was sealed after first-team boss Xavi Hernandez spoke with the player personally and decided not to include him in the squad for the pre-season tour of the United States. It had been suggested Xavi informed Estanis that he needs to, leave on loan, and the club are working towards the same, although a permanent transfer is not entirely ruled out either. Now, Sport is reporting that, Estanis is attracting a lot of interest, especially from Spain. It has previously been suggested that as many as 10 First Division teams have presented the 19-year-old with offer. But building on that, Sport is claiming that Cadiz and Osasuna are the teams pushing the hardest for Estanis' signing, and they are currently leading the race for the teenage Spaniard. Osasuna enjoyed a lot of success, loading another Barca forward ace after last season, and they are hoping for a similar story with Estanis Pedrola in the upcoming campaign, but Cadiz are not going down without a fight and wish to sign the 19-year-old as well. Apart from these two clubs, Estanis is also attracting interest from second division teams such as the newly promoted Estanis, with clubs in France and Italy also showing interest. The teenager, who has made just a solitary first-team appearance for Barca, scored 8 goals for the team or the Athletic side last season, and is certainly a player with immense potential. With an exit now on the cards, it remains to be seen where Estanis ends up and whether it is a loan or a permanent move away. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.